Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Self-Checkout Show. I am your host, Pastor Will, and we're glad to be back with you on another wonderful Monday night. This is your favorite Christian talk show, and we do try to take an honest look at what's in our hearts, minds, and spirits. We are so glad tonight to be with you, and we have first-time guests in the house tonight, so that is always fun. It's always a pleasure. And of course, my beautiful co-host, Dr. Nancie, is with us tonight, and we have invited my brother, her husband.
Yeah, we're gonna bring these ratings up tonight, because guess who's making a guest appearance? It's me. Yes.
Pastor Martyce Murphy is with us in the building tonight, you guys. All right. YouTube, Facebook, let's go ahead and share wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining. And also, and I forget to say this almost every week, big shout out to all of my replay viewers. We have a lot of people at work. They say, I can't catch you live or whatever. They're at church, but they do go back and watch the replay. And I am very, very grateful for each and every one of you. So thank you. We appreciate you. Let's kill this music here. I miss my producer, y'all. I really do, because I didn't have to do none of this stuff. But God gonna give it back to me one day. I believe it. He gonna give it back to me. He got some schedules he got to change for her to come back, but we certainly do miss Charlotte. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on the show, it's my friend, the Graces. Ronald and Amber Grace are with us tonight. Hey.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need the applause. What applause at?
You know what? I don't even have it tonight. Dang it. So, hey, my other co-host is watching tonight. Hey, Coach, we're glad to see you. Ron, Amber, how y'all doing?
We doing good.
We doing great.
Good.
We on here with the bishops.
Yeah, them two.
That one.
All of y'all. Everybody else on the top row.
I guess I get up and leave now, because I'm not in that category.
No, don't try to go nowhere, because you was on live with your prayer show yesterday, talking about the praying of the saints and the men's and folks.
I just, when the Lord drops something on you to talk, you just have to spill it. You can't hold it or contain it. So, Yeah. Got to be obedient in this season.
Got to be open.
You better be.
Yeah. Because
I'm slapping in your head again. No, we are so glad to have each of you on with us tonight. We're going to have some fun tonight, guys. Those of you that are watching, you know how we do every week. And we're going to really, really get into a little bit more with Amber and Ron Grace, who are with us tonight. We're so happy to have them with us. But by way of announcement, I do want you guys to know that the front line is coming back. We are coming back, and we will be back next Monday night, guys, next Monday. And no, it's not going to be in person. We are doing it virtually. Usually this is done in person. Yeah. We have snacks and wonderful guests and all of that kind of stuff. But this one we are doing right here on Facebook Live next Monday night. Not Zoom. It's going to be on Facebook. It's free. We usually charge for these events, but this is free, and we're going to come to you next Monday at 7 p.m. talking about the culture of modern worship. And you can take a look for yourself and see some of the topics that we're going to be discussing. How not to miss a moment when you're a worship leader or minister of music. Are we moving too fast? Is God wanting to do some other stuff and we want to stick to our agenda because that's what we have planned? We need to know how not to miss a moment. And then a few of these that are coming on with us next week are actual recording artists. And I'm going to be chatting with them about when the artist tends to take over for the worship leader. Wow. Is that a good thing? Is that not a good thing? Man, we're going to talk about that and more, much more next Monday night. I have coming on from Destiny Worship Center, Evangelist Tanya Cuffey. I have Sean and Trina Terry, husband and wife power team, worship team that are coming. Senior evangelist Dana Page from
Able Ministries.
Able Ministries. Thank you very much. Prophetess Karen Evans, the latest viral sensation. She will be with us on next Monday night, along with my friend, Minister Jameer Hennigan from Buffalo, New York. He just accepted his calling into ministry and preached his first sermon last month, I believe it was. He is a worship leader as well as a recording artist. So we are going to have all of those guests with us next Monday night as we present the Frontline volume number 6, The Culture of Modern Worship. You do not want to miss that. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, if by chance you have a business or ministry or an event that you would like, we do pretty good over here on the Self-Checkout Show. We do pretty good. But if you would like to have us promote your business, your ministry, your event that you're having, by all means, please send us an email along with a gift to the selfcheckout@gmail.com, and we will announce your business, your event, your ministry right here on the show, and they will also hear it on our audio podcast on Spotify. All right, enough of that, folks.
Amber, your TT on.
She's blood on here tonight.
Hey, Auntie.
Dr. Kermita, we love and appreciate Dr. Kermita. She is a huge supporter of this show, and we really appreciate you. Ronald.
Yes.
Talk to us, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I can't complain. The Lord is blessing. I am in the land of the living, so I am great.
I know that's right. It don't get no better than that.
It could be the alternative, so I am always blessed to be on the other side of the dirt.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Amen.
Yes, indeed. These cicadas almost sent me to the other side, but I'm yet here. Praise his name.
You and Sade and everybody else with these cicadas are wearing me thin.
I hate them.
Yeah. You know what it almost reminded me of? Watching
What's
the
that?
10 Commandments when he sent the locusts.
Yes. Yes. And they look like they all done landed in my little parking lot out here where I live. All of them.
Amber and Ron, are they over there by you all?
No.
Same over here. See?
Not one. Now, Saturday, I had one on my neck and didn't even know it.
See?
Until it started making the noise, and I'm doing all like this, trying to get it off my neck.
Where were you?
I was walking in the church.
Okay, and he was sad. Okay.
He tried to hitch a ride into the sanctuary.
He need Jesus too.
No, he needs the lake of fire.
Yeah, he go back to the pit.
Y'all so silly.
Hey, Ashanti, so glad to have you with us tonight. Amber Grace is in the room tonight, y'all. How you doing, Amber?
I am blessed and highly favored.
Listen, come on through here. They just blessed you.
It's early at that Grace house tonight.
I could just leave and let y'all handle this then, because they got it going on. Now listen, wait. Hold up. If you could sit up just a little bit, Ronald. I see RS on your shirt there. What's that say? What did everybody freeze? What? Okay, there we go. We froze up for a minute. Ronald still froze. Ronald and Amber still froze.
Amber still froze.
Yeah, they are. Let's see if we could, because I want to talk about the shirts they got on
over there.
Yeah, they're gonna have to probably go in and come back out. We have some minor technical difficulties, guys.
I mean, it looked like a photo.
Oh, there we go. Praise him. Praise him.
Whew. Okay, we
what the enemy meant for evil.
Y'all was posing for a minute. Y'all was like,
right.
Yeah, y'all right.
Right.
I thought we were doing a challenge, a freeze challenge.
If y'all was, y'all won.
So, Ron, I was about to ask you to sit up just a tad so that we can see what's on your shirt.
Yes, sir.
RS Grace Financial.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that.
Well, RS Grace Financial started around 2015. I've always been in the financial industry, and I always had a knack in the banking and helping customers, helping families and stuff. So unfortunately, when I got laid off from Chase, from JP Morgan Chase, I switched over into life insurance full time as an entrepreneur. And my main focus was really helping the senior citizens out first, because a lot of our senior citizens, our grandparents, they do not have adequate life insurance because they had the old life insurance from back in the 50s and 60s. And of course, term was only promoted back in those times. So they didn't have anything to take them further into their senior years. And of course, after they retire, life insurance doesn't take, you can't take that with you from work. So my main focus is actually focus on the middle class, that African-American community, to make sure that they had adequate enough insurance, because you never want to pass away. You never want your family member to pass away, and then you find out, oops, they didn't have life insurance.
Yeah.
Now, guess what? We have to beg on social media.
Wait. Don't even, because we are definitely going there tonight.
Yeah,
we are definitely going there tonight. And you are just the man that can help us when we get right there. Amber Grace, you got your shirt on too?
Yes, I got my shirt on. Can you see
what does it say? Let's see your shirt here.
There it is.
Work,
save, travel, repeat.
My Lord.
Yes.
See, now you're talking my language.
Come on. It's the
repeat. You are talking my language. You are a travel agent like none other. I keep up with you, and I'm always excited to see your goings and comings. My mama is here. Hey, mama, love you.
Mama.
Hello.
Donna Grace, my son, the businessman.
Hey, Mama Donna Grace.
Hello,
hey,
Mama
your
Grace.
mother on here tonight too, Ron.
It's Mo Grace, huh?
Yeah.
We got
triple Grace now.
Yeah. Hey, my grace is sufficient.
Indeed. So we are glad to see, you guys doing what you're doing. Amber is always gone somewhere. I love it. We're gonna, you guys, those of you that travel or want to travel more, we're gonna get some tips, some do's, some don'ts. We're gonna get all that tonight from one of the best in the business, who also, you got my god sister Felicia.
Yes.
And it looks like she's doing pretty well for herself.
Ooh, yes. Felicia is on fire. I am so proud of her. So huge shout out, Felicia Wilburn.
Hey.
You are on fire. Your coach is proud of you, honey, and I love you. So keep doing it. You are doing great.
She's doing great. She's been talking to me, telling me, you need to do this. You need to do this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So she is definitely on fire. So you guys, we have you all already know that Pastor Martyce and Dr. Nancie are also entrepreneurs with daycare and with not life insurance, real estate. She probably got about 4 or 5 other things we all know about. But these people that you guys are looking at, these 4 individuals, they are go-getters. They are go-getters. They are entrepreneurs and fabulous in their own right. And we're going to talk more about what you guys do. But first, Ron, you used to work for JP Morgan.
Yes.
What location?
Downers Grove, the corporate office.
Downers Grove. Okay, I work for them now. I'm in Elgin.
Okay.
I work for the Lockbox.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk offline about that.
Yeah.
Dr. Kermita said Nancie do everything. She does. Yeah. She does indeed.
Calling the kettle black. That is the pot calling the kettle black. Y'all.
Hey, Dr. Kermita.
Amber, where's the lie? Is that the truth or what, Amber?
It's the truth.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it. Dr. Carmita, she went, I can't remember where they went, but they went somewhere without me. And I was looking at them pictures, rolling my eyes. I'm like, oh.
You disgusted.
Look, as I say, you didn't make it out the chat, huh? They did.
I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I didn't make it. You guys, we are already having the fun that we knew we would have tonight. Please, by all means, if you have not shared this broadcast tonight, will you be so kind to do that for me right now? Just quickly hit that share button and let's get your friends and family involved in this conversation as well. Before we get to our main discussion, have a little bit more fun for us tonight. The big box and the big bag. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, Popeyes has entered the fast food value wars with a $6.99 meal.
A big box.
The
big
big
box.
box.
Always had the big box. They've always they had the $5 box. It's
Right.
always been the $5.
Yeah, but now they have the Popeyes big box, which features 2 pieces of signature chicken, and it's served with your choice of 2 sides and a buttermilk biscuit for $6.99. Now, in addition,
we can't hear
Popeyes
that.
is offering a shareable option called the bigger box.
Who's
Now,
doing this?
Yeah, they got the big box with the 2 pieces, and they also have the bigger box. Now, what this is, customers can choose from either 10 pieces of fried chicken or 10 chicken tenders and 4 biscuits for $20. Both the big box and the bigger box deals are now available nationwide and can be ordered for both pickup and delivery. I think they put themselves back in the game with this, y'all.
Why?
I think they put themselves back in the game with this big box.
Yeah, but what about obesity?
And your big backs.
And the big backs, right. So,
if 2 pieces of chicken gonna cause obesity, then is obesity.
Well, here's the thing. It's fried chicken. You're not getting any grilled or baked chicken. It's fried.
You ain't getting that black.
Just ain't nobody asked you nothing.
And you're gonna eat all 4 of the biscuits with honey.
You already
No. Now wait. What? See, I don't fool around with Popeyes biscuits.
Wait a minute.
They're too dry. They're too dry.
No.
You put that honey on top of the biscuit.
Listen, you go and get that Cajun sparkle and put that on your chicken. Oh Lord, but I don't eat Popeyes no more like that. But that Cajun sparkle gonna bless you.
You don't eat it no more like that.
Like that.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you.
Once, maybe every 2 months. Because the kids get real excited when we get Popeyes. Now, we get Popeyes. Yeah, we was getting Popeyes twice.
Lord, that chicken
3 times a month. Yeah.
Crystal said them the best biscuits.
Yes, they are.
And honey.
Other than Church's biscuits. Now, Church has got some good biscuits.
No,
they got some good ones too now.
They used to.
They sell off?
To me, they did.
Okay.
I haven't had a Church's biscuit since we've done been married. Ooh, child, it's been a long time. A long time. Yeah.
Charlotte said them biscuits will take you out of here. You better have you something to drink right now.
Better have you that strawberry soda.
Yeah.
It's the honey, yes.
It's the honey on them biscuits.
Said the honey makes all the difference.
Oh, and the honey, make sure the honey warm when it goes.
Okay,
please don't.
We undigging backs and stomachs and bellies and hips and stuff right now. Come on.
Yeah, because my back is unbigging.
I'm gonna need y'all to not judge us because y'all be in the gym every day, okay?
And listen, I'm ready to go now.
Because I got to meet Nancie at Hot Works.
Come on over. Come on.
I just got my hair pressed, so you got to wait till it rise back up. And then I'll meet
you. Rise back up?
Yeah, when it rise back up, I'll meet you over there.
Okay.
I will tell you, now that Mother has spoken, I will tell you that I have been actively changing my diet.
Testify.
Shut up. I've changed my diet. I've switched from the traditional breakfast to I'll have a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, lower the cholesterol, it's heart healthy. I mainly for lunch I've been doing salads, and there's this thing in our cafeteria that they call healthy scents, or I'll eat something from there. So I've been trying to do a little bit better.
But what happened at night when you get home?
Exactly. Mind your business, though. We're not on here to talk about it.
He said he do the right thing in the daytime, but at night.
And see, that
I'll tell you what I don't do no more. I don't eat after 8 p.m. anymore.
Okay.
I've stopped that.
That's good.
So, like today, I came in from work and did what I do, and I had my dinner early, so I'm done eating for the night. So I'm proud of myself.
What was dinner?
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
I'm sorry.
What was dinner?
My dinner was actually greens,
and
that's all I had.
A bowl of greens.
That's all I had. That's all I wanted.
A salad or a bowl of greens?
No, some collard greens.
Okay, did it have some meat in it? Some ham hocks?
It had some smoked meat in it. Smoked turkey tails.
Put some hot sauce on it.
Okay, all right. So
that's the only way to go.
No cornbread. You had no cornbread.
No
cornbread. Oh, okay.
No, make no cornbread.
No sweet potatoes. No.
Thank you, Mama, because I'm being judged, so I appreciate.
No, you're not being judged. We just making sure you got it together. We have to start checking
I was gonna say your mama was in there encouraging you. So
that's right.
Just wait for her comment because she was encouraging you.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you. She got my back. Dr. Carmita, she said, okay, enough of all this chicken. What y'all on here to talk about tonight?
She said, what?
Everything.
Auntie, we just talking.
Once again, lady.
That's what happened when the contributor speaks. We got to shift. So come on, let's shift.
We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time tonight, we have life insurance agent Ronald Grace and travel agent Mrs. Amber Grace, along with my brother and sister, who are daycare providers and real estate agents, Martyce and Nancie Murphy. Of course, we are indeed glad to have you all with us tonight. Now, I wanted you guys to come on tonight together. I believe you, Dr. Carmita. I sure believe that.
You do.
I wanted you guys to come on tonight together because you all are entrepreneurs. You have your own businesses and you do ministry together in your prospective churches. Now, I was making fun before we went live. I don't know if Ronald Amber, I don't know if you are in ministry as far as he is. Not she was quick to point.
She pointed that finger so fast. She's
he in it too.
I'm a third row member.
Third row. Okay, you third row. Okay, so but yet you still get to do ministry with him because obviously he's your husband. So we're going to talk about that in a bit. But I wanted to check first with I want to start with Amber and Ronald. Just if you can just tell us what are some of the challenges that you face as an entrepreneur, and then I'll hear from the Murphys on the same question.
You want to tackle it first?
Yeah, I can go first. Being an entrepreneur has really opened my eyes up to see sometimes how alone you are in this journey of being an entrepreneur, because a lot of people won't support your vision. And when you try, I guess I can put it like this: you find out who your supporters are. You see what I'm saying? When you doing your regular thing, doing your regular day, oh yeah, you can do it, go ahead and do it. But when you step out and do something that it is on faith, and you try to get that support falls by the wayside.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot in this, since 2018, who's my real support and who's going to be there. And support doesn't have to go, a long way. It's just being there just for a little bit, just to say, hey, man, we're going to help share. We're going to help promote. We're going to help do this. You ain't even got stuff like that don't even cost you money to do anything. You can just share, send the text out, share information, be a beacon of light or a Rolodex to say, hey, I'm gonna share your information. But I found out since 2018, man, it's a lot that people don't know that you go through. The lonely nights, the way you think it ain't gonna work out, it ain't gonna keep, you ready to quit throwing the towel. And sometimes you just got to keep mustering that strength in yourself to say, hey, I know where this business or I know where my business can take me and take my family. And that's what keeps you going.
Yeah. I remember, I think it was either Coach Crystal or Tabitha Johnson a few weeks ago. We were on, and one of them said, remember your why. When the times get hard, when you want to quit. Because I would imagine that you guys as entrepreneurs have probably had many of those times where you was like, man, forget this. I just go back to doing this or whatever. So I do understand that those are definitely some main challenges that you have to face. And I'm going to ask you all that individually. I want to stay with Ronald for a second. In relation to these types of challenges, you mentioned earlier that you like to help seniors and the African American community. I wanted to ask you how you, when you're I don't know if you have a spiel or whatever when you are presenting your insurance to people. How do you kind of change people's minds, or do you get the opportunity to try to change their mindset in relation to insurance when it comes to these GoFundMe accounts and funerals and things like that? Talk to us about that.
Well, that's a good question. And what I lead in as is my number one goal is always education. I don't consider myself a person that sells insurance. I consider myself a person that educates on insurance so you can make a better judgment or better decision at the end of the conversation. A lot of the times, our conversation is mostly 99% is about educating. How can it work for you? Why would it work for you? Why would you get this? How would it work? And what's the benefits of it? A lot of times, and I'm going to be honest with you, our community, African American community mindset is still locked into the old mentality of everything is a scam. So sometimes it's hard for me to even break those barriers of let me open my mind up to something new. It's not what we did in the old days is not going to work in the new generation now, because now funerals are a lot higher. Cost of living is going up higher. Everything costs. Wood costs, oil, everything going up. So now you just can't say, well, I'm going to just go get the $500 out the shoebox that's in the closet, and then they can use that to bury me.
Yeah.
Because now everything is starting to shift. So my goal is always try to help educate so people can understand this is the reason why life insurance is here. Yes, don't get me wrong, it's for your beneficiary when you pass away to take care of your stuff, but it's also for living benefits too. And a lot of people don't understand there are living benefits to life insurance. That if something was to happen while you're still living, you can use that money while you're still living, and people never understood that. Now people are starting to gravitate to the point where now, I can use this while I'm still living. I can fund real estate. I can fund my business. I can fund a project. I can bless somebody with this. I can give my kids a car at graduation. It's a lot of things that you can do. Or if something was to happen as far as chronic, critical, or terminal illness, you can use that money while you're still living to help you get through the 12 months or the 20 months that you off of work. A lot of people didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. That's why I always lead with education. And people say, oh, no, life insurance is for, they can just bury me in the backyard. Really? 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 You think people going to bury you in the backyard? First of all, they probably going to go to jail.
Probably, yeah.
They're going to dig you up out that backyard, and they're going to take whoever who live in that household, they're going to take everybody to jail, including the cat.
Okay.
And for the record, Pastor Alvin Britt is on. He wanted to say that you have a ministry beard.
So funny. So funny. So funny.
A flat.
Ministry beard.
That is some good information. I did not know that you could get some of those benefits while you were alive. I'm thinking it's life insurance. When somebody passes, then you take the insurance, you bury them, gotta give a funeral, all that. So now that's good information to know. Now there's like, I know I'm probably gonna say this wrong. It's like term life, and then there's whole life.
Whole life. Yes.
What's the difference between those two?
So I put it when I'm conversating, I put it to you like this. Very easy term. Term is something that is going to expire because it's term. So it's just almost like renting an apartment compared to owning a house.
Oh.
When you have a whole life insurance, it's going to carry you to the, and believe it or not, whole life can take you to the age of 121. Term insurance take you to the max of 30 years. So let's just say you get it at the age of 30. By the age of 60, now you're older, you don't have any life insurance. And of course, we don't know what the cost of living or cost of life insurance is going to be 30 years from now. It might cost you $1,000 just to get life insurance 30 years from now. So why not get a whole life? Now, don't get me wrong, term is great. I do offer term too, but whole life will take you all the way to 121 years old. And you still pay the same payment from day one to the end of the payment.
That's important. I wish that more of our community really embraced life insurance because listen, one day we all got to get up out of here.
We all got to go.
Yeah.
If it's before the rapture, you need some insurance.
Yes.
You need more than blessed assurance. You need some insurance.
You need some insurance. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I really want to push you guys tonight that are watching. If you do not have life insurance for yourself and your loved ones, reach out to this man.
Yes.
I promise you he'll get you right. I promise that. All right. I'm learning stuff, y'all. That's what we're here for. I'm here. I'm not here to preach all the time. I ain't praying. I'm not acting silly all the time. But we are also learning. We are learning, and I have already learned something. That's wonderful. I love that.
Learning and equipping.
Learning and equipping. That's right. That's right. Amber Grace.
Hey, I'm right here.
The travel agent.
Yes.
Dr. Amita says DHS should mandate a life insurance policy before people get a link. Ooh.
Wow. That's
Go
ahead to Washington and handle that.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I know you're going to move, but to piggyback off that, it's funny how car insurance is mandatory.
Yes, that's so true. Yep.
It's mandatory, but I would think my life is more important than the car that's outside. And so a lot of people have phone insurance on their phone, their iPhones, and their tablets and stuff before they even have life insurance on themselves.
That's true.
It's true.
That's true. And people get insurance on some weird stuff.
Yeah.
That's true.
Absolutely.
If you have not heard, just look up Nick Cannon. That's all I tell you about that.
Yeah.
He got some insurance on some stuff. Something wrong up there. But anyway, Esther, how you doing? She said, what's his contact information? And here it is right here. rsgracefinancial@gmail.com. rsgracefinancial@gmail.com. See, this is what I'm talking about. We are making a difference right now on this show. Glad to see you, Esther. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Tell Miss Marie I said hello. All right, Amber. Challenges. I know you have them in the business that you are in. So tell us exactly what a travel agent is, what you do. Talk to us.
So, hey, everybody. Like I come on, it's your girl, Amber K. So what is a travel agent? A travel agent is someone that can curate an amazing and extraordinary trip for you, your family, your friends, your frenemies, and take all of the responsibility off of you, your family, and your friends and your frenemies, and make sure that you have an amazing time. So, sometimes we hear about, Expedia.com or hotels.com or these different places that you can book travel. And what happens is you're going to that.com and you're making that company money. Whereas when you're working with an independent travel agent, such as myself, you give that independent travel agent your business, which is also known as a small business, right? And that gives you the opportunity, say, for instance, something is going wrong with your trip and something you're like, I'm not sure, something's not right. You don't have to wait and speak to Joni and then Susie and then Robbie and then Johnny and then get passed along to someone else. You have the opportunity to work with one individual, such as myself, that already understands what your needs and wants are for your trip. So in the event that something comes up, you can already be able to work with that person and make sure that said person will make sure that everything is all right for your trip.
So if me, the consumer, comes to the travel agent and says, all right, Amber, I want to go here. And what happens after that? I mean, what do I need to talk to you about?
Okay, so
aside from where I want to go.
Yes, the way that I operate is I like to be effective and efficient in our conversation. So before we have a conversation, I'm going to kindly ask that you complete a travel request form. And on this travel request form, there's going to be a number of things that I'll ask you for. It'll be, of course, your name, your contact information. What are your potential dates? Do you have flexibility? Where do you think you want to go? What is your potential budget? How many people are going on this trip? Is it a class reunion, adults only? Is it family friendly? Do you have your passport?
Come on, passport.
Passport.
Do you have your passport? And then, my favorite question on my form.
What is it?
Are you deposit ready?
Huh?
Hey, man.
Because I need to understand and I need to know.
That's true.
Are you researching? Are you thinking about it? Or are you well overdue for this trip and ready to go? And Auntie, I see your comment, travel insurance. Let me tell you, I don't even ask that as a question anymore because guess what? Travel insurance is a requirement in this day and age if you want to go on a trip. And you want to know why? You work hard for your money. And God forbid, if you need to cancel that trip, you don't have travel insurance, you're not getting one copper penny back. So guess what? I, as your personal travel agent, am going to make sure that your trip is insured, to ensure that in the event that happens, you can get that refund, whether it's a cash refund or a travel credit. And speaking of that, travel insurance goes beyond just being able to cancel your trip. It also covers you, just like your life insurance. The travel insurance also covers you in the event that something happens. If your flight is delayed, if your bags are lost, God forbid, if something medical happens to you while you're on that trip, guess what? I'm going to ensure that you have at least $50,000 minimum coverage. So if you need to be airlifted from Cabo, you can be airlifted from Cabo back to your home. So therefore, you can get the best medical attention that you need because you may not get it there, right? Come on, somebody. So you need to make sure that your trip is insured because you work hard for your money, and I'm gonna make sure that it goes a long way for you. All right.
I have before I want to ask you a couple more things. I have a question though. Yes. I'll ask Ronald this question about Amber. Are you sure she ain't been in no pulpits nowhere?
Listen,
I was just finna stop her and say, you better preach your.
Listen, I was sure thinking preach.
Martyce said he was about to do the organ.
Hey, Hey, that's why I looked at it like.
Right.
That is some good information. Now, I'm going to say this, and you say what you will.
Mm-hmm.
I am Dr. Nancie. You hush. You don't say a word.
You gotta mute our line over here.
I am the Expedia man. I go to Expedia for just about all of my trips.
Oh, are you raining on me? Or was that?
I don't know what just happened right there.
Did you see it?
Yeah, but don't do that. Wait. Don't do that. Oh my goodness.
If you don't go to Felicia, because she has access to Expedia as a travel agent. See, come on, Nitira. That's another one of my travel agents that done joined in. Boo.
Wait a minute, Nitira. You don't know me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Okay, but see, now I know that. I know now. I'm telling y'all, that's this something else I learned tonight. Travel agents have access to do all of that other stuff.
We have access. So let me tell you, when people go to Carnival and they book them Carnival cruises, guess what? We have the exact same prices. But instead of you going to carnival.com, go to ambergrace.com, go to feliciawilburn.com, go to nitiriamccullum.com. And then that way we can make sure, because let me tell you what's going to happen. You go to carnival.com, you go book your trip. They go send you a whole booklet of stuff. And as for us, we're going to pick up the phone and we're going to talk you through it to make sure that you understand what you have. We're going to make sure that you have all of the necessary travel documents, so therefore you can board the ship. We're going to make sure that you have either your passport or a government photo issued identification card, your ID, and a birth certificate to make sure that you can board that boat.
I'm in a group on Facebook. I'm in, it's like, I think it may be Carnival Cruise Tips. Mm-hmm. I think that's the name of the group. Mm-hmm. And to my surprise, there are a number of people who have asked in posts, do you need a passport to come on a cruise?
Mm-hmm. So it's two answers to that. I have to be honest. There's a yes and there's a no.
Okay.
If you are on a closed loop cruise that is departing from these United States of America and returning back to these United States of America, you can take your ID and your birth certificate. Now, look, if Bullet, the dog, done chewed up your birth certificate, order you a new birth certificate, people, because they're going to look at you at the pier and they're going to tell you it's not a valid birth certificate because Bullet done chewed it up.
Bullet.
Yeah, Bullet. Okay. Make sure that your driver's license or state identification has not expired when you're trying to go get on the boat. Auntie, the real ID not effective yet. I got you, Auntie. You want to come on here and do this for me? Auntie. And she done threw me off with the real ID. Look, I got to get back on course.
You did the,
so,
you did the,
oh, okay. Tell me to come back to that. Okay. And then you do need a passport if you are going on a non-closed loop cruise, which means you can start in the U.S. and you end somewhere internationally.
Okay.
Whether it's Rome, Spain, wherever you're ending, you do have to have a passport in order to do that open loop. That's what it is, an open loop cruise. And then, can I just say it?
Say it.
Make sure you don't have no felonies trying to go on no cruise.
Ooh, because baby, them marshals be waiting on you. Yeah, they're gonna be waiting.
Because they're gonna pick you up right there at the pier and take you to jail. They
are.
Sure are.
We've seen
and
it.
if you're going on a cruise, because I know it's saved and unsaved people that's watching this, don't try to bring no weed back.
Please
don't. Because they gonna lock you up for real.
Oh.
Trust me, we seen it happen when we got off a Valentine's Day cruise off of Royal Caribbean. Yeah, she had some stuff on and they paddy wagging her right on.
Paddy wagon.
Yeah.
right there at the door waiting on you.
They was waiting for her.
Before I move on to the Murphys.
I'm sorry. Can I say this?
Yes, please.
I recommend if you're gonna cruise, get the passport. You want to know why? You get through the system in the line so fast. All they do, they look at your passport, they scan you, and you go. If you got a birth certificate and an ID, that line long.
Now I know that to be true because the last cruise that I went on, I remember talking to Dr. Nancie about it. Like, we got through so fast. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was upstairs chilling on Lido deck, like everybody at. We got through that line super fast. Let me ask this question before I move on to the Murphys. Let me ask you this. Is there, because I know people want to know, and we have another question for you as well. Is there a price difference if I choose to go with you as opposed to carnival.com or whoever.com?
No, they're the exact same prices.
You just make the transition much smoother.
Yes.
And I don't have to do all of this stuff because you're doing it.
You got me. And I'm one of a kind when it comes down to travel.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure that you have everything that you need to make it easy. All I need you to do is tell me. We're going to have our robust conversation once you complete the travel request form. And then from there, I'm going to take it.
Okay.
I'm going to have your information. I'm going to book you. I'm going to send you receipts.
Huh?
Let me tell you something. I'm not sure. I'm not understanding why people not understanding. Like my husband just said, we are in the most heightened level of scams.
Yeah.
If you are booking a trip, and I'm getting serious, I get passionate about this. Hold on, let me get a little closer. If you are booking a trip and you do not have a receipt from that said travel agent with a booking number, with a confirmation number, with an 800 number that you can call, God forbid something happened to that travel agent, you need to stop.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be sending no Zelle to no travel agent. Yes, I'm calling them out. If they see it, oh well. Because if you authorize that Zelle to go to that travel agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't have a receipt saying that you paid Carnival. You can't tell Carnival to send you your money back because you Zelled your money to a said travel agent. So make sure that when you are working with somebody that's saying they're a travel agent, that you get receipts. It is so important because there is no reason why a travel agent that you were working with is on a boat and you still sitting at the pier with 30 other people and can't none of y'all get on the boat because all of y'all Zelled this said travel agent y'all money. What?
So how do we pay you then?
No, I have a booking link. I'm going to make your payment directly with the said vendor. And you're going to be able to look back at your statement and you're going to see the exact vendor that I work with, whether it's Carnival Cruise Line, whether it's Virgin Voyages, whether it's Royal Caribbean, or any other vendor that I work with. You will never see Amber Grace on your credit card or debit card statement, except for my research fee. All right.
All right.
All
right.
Right.
She need a little water.
We got another question for the travel agent. What cruise lines have you been on and which are your favorites?
So I've been on Royal Caribbean.
I think we all can answer
that. Norwegian, Disney. Honestly, Princess Cruises when I was a little girl. Back in the day. Actually, can I tell you what my favorite is? Disney. Let me tell y'all why. It was the most, Nancy, you know I love you. But let me tell y'all, this was the most expensive week of daycare we paid for. Our kids didn't want to be with us. They made plans with the kids that they met in the daycare. Daycare is open until midnight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Disney is amazing.
So that's why I'm telling you, it was the most expensive week of daycare we paid for because they didn't want to be with us. They wanted to be there. And we were able to go do adult things on the boat because they have an itinerary for adults only things that you can do while you're on the boat. So the kids were in the kids club. They had their special bracelets. We have the app. And if anything happens, they'll text us and we'll immediately get the notification. It's Disney. It's Disney hands down. There are so many different things. It's for the young and the old. Yeah. It's for people with kids. And guess what? It's for people without kids because we saw so many people on the boat with no kids at all. Mm-hmm. People were honeymooning. Yes. People were honeymooning on the Disney cruise. Yeah. Just them.
Nice.
To have kids.
Right. And speaking of children.
Yes. The
Murphy
daycare provider. Yes. She
have about 76 godchildren.
Oh. It's probably about 100 of them now.
My pastors are on, my apostles are on. Dr. Dennis, they said good information. Good information. Hey, that it was definitely some good information from all. Oh, Dr. Kermita said 2,000. But the Murphys have a daycare. They are daycare providers for a number of children. I think I had the count right. That's 21.
I have 22 godchildren.
I missed one. All right. 20. Wait. Whoa.
We might as well make it 23.
All of your daycare children are not your godchildren, right?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh no.
All right. So we were talking. She was talking about the kids on Disney, which led me to you. You have all these kids day in, day out. We talked earlier about challenges that you guys face in your prospective businesses. What are some challenges that you guys face as daycare providers? Oh boy.
What time this show going off?
Wow. There are a lot. I would say separating roles, like Ron talked about earlier about support, family versus friends or family versus business. There's a gray line there or a thin line, and sometimes that line is crossed. Handling the bookkeeping of it, collecting your money, like both Amber and Ron talked about, is and just sticking to your contract are basic issues that you may have. It's never the children that are really the problem; it's the parents.
Have you ever had to say no to a parent?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you give us why without really a whole lot of detail, if you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's funny, again, even just like Amber and like Ron, what I'll say is when you love something, you're passionate about it. It's your baby. For Ron, as he was talking about insurance, you could hear him. I just love the fact that he was talking about educating. Sure. And even the fact that his start was with our seniors. So there's a love there. There's a vision. There's a goal. There's a drive. For Amber, it's just ensuring that you have the most enjoyable trip and that your trip is insured. And she scared me so bad. I'm one of those ones that typically don't insure my vacations. But
me either. I never do.
Never do. I have, and look, see, but even to hear her passion and saying, I'm not letting you go on a trip because you work. I'm not allowing you to go on a trip without travel insurance. And just hearing the passion come out is, again, what's driving her and what keeps her in the business. And for me, again, it's just, I'm passionate about the children. Number one, I'm passionate about my home. Let's start there.
Yeah.
Then I'm passionate about the children that I keep because I want my children to go away with something. When they start school, I want my babies to be prepared for school when they're going to school. And then lastly, the third thing that I'm passionate about is my parents, right? Like, you've got to be a fit. So when I say no, 9 times out of 10, it's because you are not a good fit. for my parents. I don't want you to come over here and you're not able to speak. My parents all speak. Hi, how you doing? Coming and going, they speak. Eventually, we have a whole family. The parents kind of remember each other. They know each other coming and going. If I have a picnic or a Christmas dinner or anything, there's a relationship established. These babies have a relationship because I don't want parents calling saying, well, RJ, he pushed my baby and my baby. Well, if you know RJ's parents and you know RJ, then you know that if he pushed them, he wasn't maliciously doing that. So allow me the opportunity to deal with it and figure out what's going on. So I'm really just protective of my daycare.
From what I know, you have a relationship with all of your parents.
I do.
And you and Pastor Martyce have an understanding with those parents that says, and you all that's listening in and watching, I want you to really hear this. You guys have a relationship with the parents that says, hey, if your kid get out of line, we're going to check them. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, talk to us about how that works, because I feel like we're in a time where you ain't gonna say nothing to my kid. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about how that works.
Well, those children don't belong in my daycare.
There you have it.
Yep.
There you have it.
All of my parents are old, and I've had, I'm about 25, 26 years in now doing daycare, and any child that has crossed my threshold or that crosses my threshold, they belong to me. Ron and Amber will tell you, listen, I've got videos and pictures of RJ.
The fruit bandit.
The fruit bandit. The one that would climb out of the playpen and get the other kids going. Like, the kids, they belong to me when they're with me. And I'm going to take good care of them as though they are mine. And remembering the fact that they belong to who they belong to. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to spoil them. Like Amber, like she just said, he was the fruit bandit. If there was some fruit sitting out, RJ would go and help himself to the fruit. And you just know that your children are being loved when they come and go. I'm spoiling them, but I'm going to discipline them. I'm not going to have you coming back to me saying, why did that baby cross the street and you weren't with them? Or why did they stick their finger in the outlet and I'm going to get them first. And then we going to have the conversation. I'll be like, Amber, I got RJ today because he ran out in the street. But you're going to know. So it's and then, I'm not a child abuser or child neglect. I've never, if you call DCFS, I've never, ever had any of those type of allegations again, because I have 3 of my own children. If I wanted to abuse somebody, I could have really, but that's not, that's not what I do. And then, like I said, I have 20 godchildren. So some of them have come through the daycare waters and some of them were not.
Do you do a background check on the parents?
No.
There's your answer there. No. So one thing that all of you all have in common that I have noticed, we have talked about, and I'm sure our viewers have noticed, each of you really, really show a strong passion about what you do. Martyce Murphy, where does your passion lie? And all that you all do, what are you most passionate about?
Well, let's see here. Well, you all know I love the kids. Everybody knows I love the kids.
We see you in the videos in the backyard playing with the kids.
I'm the entertainer when it comes to the kids. So that's, just seeing kids happy, being able to relate with them, that's just my duty when it comes to them.
I love that, because I think that, like, if a parent who they drop their kids off, they go to work 8 hours, have a hard day, long day, they come back to you to get their kids, and their children are happy. And when they get their kids, I believe that happiness kind of permeates, and would make them happy as well. Apostle said he does a job. And you get applause.
Look, can I jump in right quick?
Please do.
Okay, so they were our providers with our first child. And when I tell you the long days that we had, they made sure when it was time to pick him up, he was full and smelling good because he had just had his bath and he was already ready for bed. I mean, because they had him at 6 weeks, 7 weeks. And when I tell you, having our initial conversation, it was such a sense of peace that we had when we had I guess you can say our interview, so to speak, to make sure that, to Nancie's point, that they were a fit for us and we were a fit for them, because it definitely does work both ways. And then for her to not just say it, but to actually showcase it every time we would drop him off or pick him up. And it was never just a drop off. Yes, it was just a drop off because we was running late to the train 9 times out of 10.
But the pickup
the pickup would be long, 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
because we just started to build that bond and that relationship with each other. And I was just like, I really do like them. Like, I really like my baby clean. He an infant, but he learning because he listening, and it was just like, and then to see the pictures that she would send us throughout the day, like to have that sense of peace with somebody having your infant, especially this day and age. That right there, that was it for me. So like when I see people saying, "Oh, I'm looking for a daycare provider," look, I don't know if they have space, but look, building blocks for tots. That's where you need to go. Bam, right there.
You heard it.
Take good care of your kid.
Now, fun fact here. Believe me when I tell you, my viewers, I had no idea that they were a provider for your child. I did not know. Wow. Not even kidding. I did not know that.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
So there you have that. I mean, well, Martyce is kind, Ashanti. Anyway.
You are horrible.
Y'all know me and my sister, we gonna do this all the time.
Knowing that our child was going to be in a Christian home.
Yeah.
That right there. Yeah. And to understand and know it takes a village. Like, we don't come from, don't touch my kid, don't touch. Now, if we don't know you now, Houston, we got us a problem. But to understand and know, like, look, I'm going to discipline him if he gets out. Please do, because it takes a whole village. And they were part of our village when we were starting out. And I appreciate y'all. So publicly, Murphys, we love y'all and we appreciate you all. Thank you, and love y'all.
And that's what I was talking about a few minutes ago. I read somewhere just a few days ago, it said that the village stopped raising the children when the parents in the village said, "You can't tell my child nothing."
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
So,
I think, really, honestly, you cannot have a provider where they can't have a say or be involved. I mean, again, Amber and Ron both attest, like any of my parents will. Their children literally belong to me when they're with me from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll get text messages like, "Why don't these children have on t-shirts? Where are their shoes? I don't want to see, I don't like this kind of medicine. Bring this kind of medicine. I don't like this cup. I want this cup." Am I right or wrong? They're not gonna. They're
Why
eating.
Are you giving them this medicine? This is not the right medicine. Yeah. And the fact that she was okay, like, he got some sniffles. Okay, bring his medicine. What was the last time he took it? Okay, I will make sure that, baby.
Literally, she was sitting in Texas like that, and you be like, "Man, am I the parent or she?" But go ahead.
Look, they was the parents. We just.
But, I mean, you got to look at it this way: if your child comes at 6 a.m. and don't leave to 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, guess what? They spent most of the day with us.
You.
Yes.
I mean, this is a tag team effort. We gonna do what we need to do from 6 to 6. And y'all got the evening shift.
Look at it,
right?
Good evening to my bro Kendall.
Parent, and block her now, Willie, because she gonna be trying to tell my business.
I'm gonna put it up there in 1 second. Kendall, Faber, good evening. Tell Mrs. Sade we said hello. Don't send my babies without an undershirt.
Because you talking about something, they got sick at daycare. No, they didn't get sick at daycare. You the one brought them kids that has that t-shirts and socks and hats and coats and stuff on.
I'm very protective, and that's why I say, it's gotta be a mix. I want the children to be able, because the kids kind of form their own, not that we can't hear or see, but they'll be like, do you hear Anaya's crying, Avery's crying? I'm like, I hear it too. But so the kids will tell, so they form their own little family, again, parents form a family. And then yes, I am friends with so many of my parents, both present and past, and so it's a relationship, and I still check on them, and I still congratulate them, and I still tell them all happy birthday if I see it on Facebook. And so they matter to me. The kids matter to me. I want them to be okay. And so again, that's my passion for it. And so if that's your passion, it's going to be what you do.
And the funny thing, not really funny thing about, since I've been tagged along, added to the roster of doing daycare, it's actually ministry.
Oh, I thought you should have said something. Because even with him, it is ministry. But even with him, I'm fun. He'll tell you.
Let me tell a story.
Okay.
I'm gonna go there and then come back. It actually is ministry, because I've seen, since I've had the opportunity to be a part of Building Blocks for Tots, I've seen where parents will come to the door and have a certain look on their face, and I'll be like, Nancy, something going on with them. Yeah. And so she'll come to the door and see it. Or I've seen where parents actually when she opened the door, has like fallen into her arms, you know what I'm saying, from dealing with stuff. And so it is ministry. But back to what you were just finna say, one thing about my wife when it comes to Building Blocks for Tots, if it's something that she don't like or something she don't do, guess what? Ain't nobody else doing it. So if she only likes Oscar Mayer hot dogs, guess what? That's what the daycare babies go get. I go to the store. I make the runs. But thank God for Walmart delivery now since COVID. She orders online, so I ain't got to really do that no more. But I go to the store. Oh, Bar S is on sale. I came back with a big pack of Bar S. She said, where you going with that? You must go eat that because my babies ain't eating that because I don't eat that. That's right. Or the food has to be positioned and look a certain way on the plate.
Can I just jump in right quick?
Oh,
the fact
boy.
that you just said that she not gonna feed the kids something that she don't eat. Speaking of travel, if I wouldn't lay my head in that hotel or that resort or that cruise, I'm not gonna send my clients there. Period.
It matters.
Yeah.
Period.
That's good.
Yeah.
Let me swing back around. Y'all probably can tell I'm having a really good time tonight. I'm loving all of this information. I'm loving all of the passion. It means a lot when you are in business for yourself and you can see and hear the passion. That means a whole lot. That says to me they ain't playing about their business. They really are in it. They're all in. For whatever that is that you're doing. If there is no passion there, I suggest you find yourself something else to do.
Yeah.
Because if you're not passionate about it, you're not giving it 100.
Yeah. And you know what else? With you even saying that, and I'm sorry, I just jumped in and cut you off. If there's no passion there, nothing's going to ground you. There's nothing to ground you. You talk to us about, what causes us or what might make us throw in the towel. Your passion is going to make you, even when you want to throw in the towel, take a deep breath, right?
Yeah.
Dig in a little more and keep going. Because when you're in business and when you're self-employed, there are some lean seasons. Lean. And you trying to figure out where the next client coming from, where the next coming from, where the next something coming from, right? So it's your passion that's going to make you stick with it, continue to strategize, try to come up with new ideas, get out there and pass out an extra card or come up with another spiel or something. It's that passion that's going to keep you in it and not cause you to throw in the towel because you love what you do.
Yeah.
So if you are in the Chicagoland area, western suburbs, they are the proprietors of Building Blocks for Tots, licensed home child care. You can reach out to either Martyce or Nancie Murphy, and they will get you the information that you need. I want to swing back before I hit our last little subject. I want to swing back to Ronald because as we were talking insurance and stuff, I had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that we like to say in the various topics that we discuss on this show, it's usually in relation to friendships, relationships, whatever, is sometimes you have to be willing to have the hard conversations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of the hardest conversations that I have had to have with my mom was about end of time, end of life moments. And this goes back to my father, my sister, my brother, in which my mom and I all the two of us had to deal with together, right? But now it's just she and I.
Yeah.
And we had to have a conversation. And that was a very difficult conversation to have.
Yes, sir.
So in your line of work, do you get to talk to the adult children who have older parents and talk to them about insurance and how to navigate those types of conversations? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, it's hard because here's the thing: as being an adult child, you never want to overstep your boundaries as a child to your parent. So a lot of adult children have a hard time going to their parents and saying, how is the life insurance looking? Do you have life insurance? Because most senior parents will be like, why are you in my business? That's I got that taken care of. Don't you worry about it. 7 times out of 10, they actually don't have it taken care of, but they just don't want to have a conversation with their adult children. Mm-hmm. On the flip side, the adult children has to have that conversation because what if something happens? Everybody's, like you said, tomorrow's not promised. We all have an expiration date that we're going to check out of here. And we had to have that conversation to say, hey, mom, dad, look, where are the life insurance policies? Who are the beneficiaries? How much coverage do you have? Are you still paying on it? What company is it? Are they going to pay out? How are they going to pay out? Who's the agent? You had to have these type of different conversations. I had a conversation with a family a couple weeks back, and I literally was on Zoom, and I looked at the wife, I looked at the husband, and I looked at the mother. I said, if something happens to your mom, what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, man, I don't know. He said, because all this time I thought she had insurance. So I said, okay, well, if the wife, I said, now this is your mother-in-law, this is a lot of pressure on your husband because now he has to figure out and put together what he has to take care of for his mom. How is that going to look for you?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And vice versa. What is that going to look if something happens to your wife? How is that going to look? How are you going to take care of the bills? How are you going to do this? Mm-hmm. How are you going to take care of mom now? Because mom does live with you guys.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, and I had that type of conversation. And a lot of them break down. I had a family actually break down in tears because they didn't want to have that hard conversation. But I make them. I had a husband and wife actually I had the husband actually get up and walk away from me on Zoom.
Wow.
Because his wife wanted insurance, but because he didn't bring up the idea to get it, he didn't want it because she brought up the idea to get it.
Wow.
So he walked away, and she sat there and literally cried in front of me on Zoom. And you can hear him in the background like, no, I don't want to do that. We don't need it right now. And so I said, well, sir, if you can come back to the camera, why do you think you don't need it? He said, well, what's the catch? I said, well, the catch is if you die, your wife going to have something to take care of you with.
Yeah.
That's the catch. Ain't no other way around.
Yeah.
If you die, what's she going to do?
Yeah.
Now, if I'll tell everybody this, if you going to grieve, and we going to grieve, and trust me, we going to grieve. Let me grieve with some money in my hand. I love you.
Huh?
You gone. I still need to live, and
but
I still need to take care of kids, and I still need to take care of life.
Yeah, make it all worth.
If you're gonna grieve, at least grieve with some money in your hand.
Come on.
I like it.
It makes that process a whole lot better.
Yeah. And Tyler Perry's play, Medea's Class Reunion, Madea said he wasn't much when he was alive, but when he died, he made me very happy.
But I mean, but it's so crazy that people don't even think about it.
It's true though. It's true. It's 2024. What is? I mean, you're the expert. What is a good amount of insurance that a person should have?
Now, I'll tell everybody, if you just really trying to cover a burial, at least $25,000, because we don't know exactly when we're gonna get called home. Mm-hmm. You can get called home 10 years from now, but 10 years from now, the cost of even burials are gonna go up. Yeah. A couple years ago, even 6 years ago, it was at $12,000. Now it's almost at $18,000. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even cremations, and everybody said, "Oh, well, they can cremate me." Well, cremations was $2,000-3,000 years ago. Now it's up to $8,000 to $10,000 for a cremation, because the cost of living and everything is starting to go up. Mm-hmm. So, if you're gonna get something, at least get $50,000. That way you can cover, because you don't know 10 years from now what it's gonna be. Funerals can cost you almost $30,000 10 years from now.
Yeah. So you guys make sure, if you don't have life insurance for yourself and your loved ones, you need it. Yeah. You need it. And
but the best possible way to do it is always get what you can afford. If that's $200,000, if that's $500,000, if that's $1 million policy, get what you can afford, but at least get you something.
Yeah. So if you need to reach out again, you can do it right here, rsgracefinancial@gmail.com, or at the website, which is on your screen. Pastor Martyce, you haven't had much to say tonight, so I'm going to throw this one to you.
No, I'm good. I don't like talking that much anyway, so, hey.
You know what? Both of you couples are in ministry. Obviously, the Murphys pastor together, Keep the Promise Ministries. Elder Grace and what they used to call Jackleg Amber Grace. Jackleg preacher. We spoke a lot about passion tonight. Pastor Martyce, what does that say for a couple who is not only in business together but in ministry together? Where does that fit in?
It actually plays an important part when it comes to ministry. That's in just a transparent moment. That was something that I had to learn, you know what I'm saying, when I started ministry, because of the fact that I was one of the ones I grew up around or was up under, pastors who they did their thing, you know what I'm saying? So I took the lead of saying, okay, I mean, I've started it, so I had the mentality of being a solo dolo type situation. But at the end of the day, after learning and going through so many trials and tribulations with ministry, the passion part of it, when we both can come to an agreement and we know each other's strengths when it comes to ministry, it makes ministry a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's like, yep, uh-huh. I agree. I agree with that. And I'm privileged because I have inside information on Pastors Murphy, as well as my brother Murph and my sister Nancie. So I get to see all sides of that. And one thing that I love about it, and I can kind of gather that from the Graces as well, I'm always for the what you see is what you get type of person. Mm-hmm. I love that because people are not, well, when I'm over here, I'm this way, but when I'm over here, I'm this way. I can't vibe with that. So I love the fact that you all are genuine, authentic people
Yeah.
Who know how to be the daycare provider. You know how to be the husband and the wife and the friend, and you know how to have fun, and you know how to do ministry. You know, all of that. You guys wear so many hats. And I think that is very important and vital to those of you that are watching. It's vital that you learn how to manage, maintain, and balance everything that you're doing. And Amber, I can imagine that it is not an easy task.
But can I be honest? He makes it easy for me.
I love that.
He does. When I tell you, because I still work full time. I do travel part time. But when I tell you during the school year, he gets the kids from school. He gets them here. Okay, boys, snack, then homework. Wash hands, snack, homework. While I'm still working. Then I have some time, and then I'll start my travel business hours while he cooks dinner. Yes, this man right here, him cook dinner, and him cook good dinner too.
He can cook, yo.
Yeah, he cooks. And so when I tell you all, I couldn't do what I do without him being the man that he is of this house.
It's awesome.
So I wouldn't be. You wouldn't see the passion. You would see me sitting here like this, like he lying. When no, it's not like that. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for him.
Now, about cooking, I got another question for you, Amber. Let's talk about this cooking for a second.
Yes. What do you do? You want me to run it down for you?
No, not that.
Okay.
I had a real laid back, lay on the couch, fall asleep type Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do, and I honestly this year, I kind of didn't want to do nothing. Work been wearing me out, right? Mm-hmm. But brother, when you gonna fire up that old grill?
Because he sure do it. Now he do it too now.
Oh, I know what I'm talking about. I need to know when you gonna fire up the grill. I bring some meat.
Right.
Just
we
can talk about it offline.
He cooked pork chops yesterday. Yeah, he sure did.
Look at Amber running you on the bus going
pork chops. Look, bro, we're talking about apple pie.
Look at Anaya, apple pie.
Yeah, I do that too. But bro, anytime you let me know, man, you can bring y'all. We can fire the grill. I got 5 grills. Whenever you need some meat, I got you. I have my friends call me, hey bro, can you make us some ribs? And they go buy the ribs. They drop them off. I season them up, grill them up, and go drop them off.
My Lord.
Whenever you need ribs, tips, whatever, it don't matter.
I think
ribs and pies.
I ordered a pie from you before, and I was unable to pick it up or something. But yeah, I paid for it, y'all. Don't worry.
You need to do it again. So you need to do it again.
He blessed somebody with a pie.
I need to order another one, then. I need to order another one. I need a pie from you, and I need some grilling from you and from Martyce. Praise the Lord. Amber.
Willie, before you say that, can I just interject? Because I had Martyce scroll back down because I want to kind of go back to what Donna Grace said, Mom Grace said, and she said to all of you, as she was talking to us, don't give up. God has given you all gifts. Have unshakable faith. You're answering God's call, and just listening to the four of us talk, just as we've been going over, even with just right now with you talking about Ron cooking and baking. So, when you're an entrepreneur and you love doing, you always find another do, right? Mm-hmm. Because he has been doing all of this insurance, and then all of a sudden you start seeing him one day posting these apple pies. He's the pie man now. So like more and more, like she said, there are more gifts and more gifts. And what we find is now shifting into ministry is that these very gifts are the things that tie us into other people where we're now able to connect and actually find ourselves doing ministry. The marriage ministry that Martyce and I have was birthed out of our daycare, unbeknownst to like the church. And so the youth ministry. And so ministry is just, and I'm sure even with Amber talking about travel and with Ron talking about the insurance, ministry is tied into there because he's going to have to pray for some families, and he's going to have to, that family that the husband got up and walked away. You've got to be able to reel them on back in, and because they're married, that's an example of marriage and ministry, all even in that moment. So, it's our drive. Yeah. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And she say that she's not in ministry, but she is, because it's funny. I was thinking, yes. But here's the thing. I've been an ordained deacon and a progressive for the last almost 19 years. But I couldn't do that if she wouldn't allow me to do that.
That's right. That's so good. Say it again.
So she says she's not in ministry. She is, but just because you're not in the forefront doesn't mean that you're not in ministry.
That's right.
Right.
So she allows me to do what I do. Even the last 3 years, the Lord has been using me to preach the gospel more. So she allows me to study. She allows that time for me to dive in the word. She allows that time for me to do and I stay up late. And when I study, I study. That's like good. I'm in the word. Like everything don't bother me. Don't talk to me. Get away from me. I don't want to do that. Don't bring other little. I don't want to do all of that. I'm in the word. I'm trying to get this out because what's in my brain and my heart, I'm trying to get out so people can hear what God is saying.
Now I want to see if you are like me with this study. Do you have books everywhere open? Look, see? That's the best way.
He got about 11 books.
That's the best way.
That's the only way. I mean, really, how else can you do it? You need to turn, like the old folks say, Ron, Amber, Willie, you need to turn some pages.
Turn some pages, yep.
Turn some pages. I can't do this all.
That's what you hear at night is turning pages, turning pages. But she allows me to do that. So, babe, that is ministry because some wives don't even let their husbands even do that. Well, what time you gonna be done? What time you gotta go to the church? What time you gonna be done at the church? So thank you for allowing me to even do that ministry because you allowed me to do it.
And in that, your family is your first ministry.
Is your first ministry.
And we see it here.
And if it's jacked, and if the family is jacked, hello somebody, ministry is jacked.
Yeah.
You gotta get it right.
Yeah.
And I don't care how long it take.
Get it right.
Yeah, get it right.
Listen, guys, before we get out of here, I do again want to remind you that next Monday night, the Frontline Volume 6 will be right here on Facebook Live. All of you guys are welcome. We will be talking about the culture of modern worship with Prophetess Karen Evans, Minister Jameer Hennigan, Senior Evangelist Dana Page, Sean and Trina Terry, along with Evangelist Tanya Cuffey, right here next Monday night at 7 p.m. You do not want to miss it. I would love to have each and every one of you back right here tonight. Secondly, again, if you have a business, a ministry, an event that's happening and you would like for us to share it on the Self-Checkout Show video and audio podcast, please send an email to the selfcheckoutshow@gmail.com along with the gift of your choosing, and we will share your event on the show live as well as on our audio podcast. And tonight, if you choose to be a blessing to the ministry, you can do that tonight by way of Cash App, W. Taylor Ministries, or Zelle, which is scrolling across your screen. We have had such a time. I believe that I may want to have Amber and Ron come back on the show because I learned a lot tonight.
Awesome.
I did learn a lot. Now, Amber, I did want to ask this before we got off.
Yes.
As a travel agent, when you travel,
Mm-hmm.
Do you get paid for your own travel?
No, I want to make sure we clear that up. I do not get paid from my own travel, but I earn a commission from my own travel.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
So
all right. Yes.
anything that's bookable, I'm gonna book it. So whether it's a villa, a condo, a car, an excursion, when y'all be downtown, kicking it downtown, and you doing an architectural water tour, yep, I could book that too.
Okay.
And your trips
I need to know all this stuff.
The trips that you already booked on Expedia that you don't have travel insurance for, I can book your travel insurance for you, even though you already have a trip booked. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
So call Felicia and tell her to book your travel protection on all of them trips that you have booked on Expedia.com.
Ronald, I want you to know I feel threatened right now.
I like how Natira said, she wasn't having travel insurance until she became an agent. I like how she said.
She said that. Yeah, I saw that. Dr. Kermita, the email address is the name of the show, the self-checkout show at gmail.com. The self-checkout show at gmail.com. And listen, when next Monday is the Frontline Volume 6 is virtual, I guarantee you guys volume number 7 will be in person 2025. We are not doing anything in relation to panel discussions this year in person. You are welcome. We're going to do it big, though, in 2025. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Dr. Nancie and Pastor Martyce, they have products. They have their Quench products. Ronald and Amber, you guys could have a table with your information on it to share, because I want, we can have vendors at these events, and I want you guys to be a part of that when we do host an in-person Frontline next year. I will definitely remember you.
Make sure we in town.
Yeah.
I like that. Now you're talking my language. You're talking my tongue.
I mean, because you got to make sure these Murphys is in town too now.
Yeah, because let them go on another trip without me. It's going to be some trouble. Okay. Hey, guys, this has been a blast. Thank you all so very much for tuning in tonight, whether you're watching by Facebook or by YouTube. And, of course, my replay viewers, thank you. And my Spotify listeners, we appreciate you. If you would like to replay this, the audio version, just simply go to Spotify and search the Self-Checkout Show. You'll find us right there. Many of our past episodes and this one tonight will also be on tonight, so you can check us out on Spotify. Ronald Grace, Amber Grace, thank you so very much. What a pleasure to have you on this show. A whale of knowledge you two people are. We certainly appreciate you for stopping by, and I promise you it will not be your last time. I mean that.
Thank you.
There are some people that have been on this show. I said before the show even went off, I said they ain't never coming back. My God.
Thank you all for tuning in to Self-Checkout on tonight.
But you two will be, y'all got to come back. I really enjoyed you. Martyce ain't coming back either.
He always
don't do right.
He always said it, but who ended up back on the show?
Yeah, Ryan, he don't do right.
I know. I already know.
I bring life to the show every now
and then. Hey, I tell you what, we can make a deal. You grill and you come back. See? It's a win-win, bro.
Wait, Ron, you making a deal with Ron?
No, he coming back automatically. Yours got a stipulation to it.
He's trying to get you your ticket back now.
Boy.
That's right. Notice God's goodness. You guys, we have really had so much fun tonight and learned so much. I cannot tell you, the four of you, I really appreciate you. Martyce and Nancie, I know I can count on you guys anytime. Thank you. all of my viewers tonight, the family that's on, thank you all for watching. Don't make this your last time. The Self-Checkout Show is on every Monday night at 7 p.m. We would love to have you as one of our regular viewers, like Dr. Kermita Washington. She is one of our regular supporters, and we appreciate. So with that being said, you guys have a great night. Nancie, Martyce, Ron, Amber, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will see you guys next Monday at 7 p.m. Good night, everybody.
Good night.